Greetings, my name is Wa. Welcome to my channel if you are new. Originally, I had started this channel because I like to share and help others. And then I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore because I had to focus on the things that were most important, which were caring for my family member. And what I want to talk about in this video is how sometimes people in their journey will be doing so much to create a good quality of life, create good karma, good energy, harmony, working on themselves with their personal development, and then they still suffer a tremendous loss, trauma, or setback. When those things happen, the first thing that the person goes through is just like so much dismay, so much grief because they just can't believe that whatever it is happening to them, that they're experiencing whatever it is they're experiencing. And I can say from my experience, that it is a very defeating energy, a very disempowering energy to experience a tremendous trauma or loss in the family. But one of the things that I've been starting to meditate on is how important it is to stay in a warrior spirit. Now, when I say the warrior spirit, I don't mean like necessarily physically fighting, but the reality is that on earth, a lot of people experience a lot of hardships, and there just seems to be a lot of relentless spiritual forces that people have to deal with. And one of the things that I have been realizing as I tune into my favorite shows, which are Chinese martial art series. There's different ones. There's some that are more love story based, but the concepts are the same. People going through their trials in their journey of, intense suffering and loss and hardship and everybody trying to kill them. How this relates to life is that people, oftentimes have so many challenges and so many obstacles that try to stand in the way to stop them, to stop their soul from achieving its destiny, to stop the person from living the life that they know that they came to live. So, watching the shows, I don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese, but I do the subtitles. I read the subtitles. And so I get the enjoyment of reading, like I'm getting my book stimulation. And then also just looking at the stories and how they apply to life and just universal message of perseverance and never giving up until the last breath. So that's why I mentioned, the warrior spirit but not in the traditional sense of, whatever images might often come to mind when people think of warrior, but really just that energy of perseverance, resilience, and like just never ever giving up. One of the things that is common about a lot of the, heroes or protagonists in the stories is that they just know that no matter what, they have to do whatever it is their goal is. And that is the end of the story. And no matter what tries to stop them, they just have to do it. That's what I mean, like until the last breath, and it's like they just ain't gonna give up no matter how hard they get beat up. I've just seen all these stories where like, the characters, they have everybody trying to come after them and kill them for different reasons, and just basically people, that want to be bad and do bad things and be in control of others. That's a constant theme. But to see the parallel though in, just regular life and the challenges that, people go through, it's just interesting, to learn. And as they say, our work imitates life. So I am grateful to be reminded of that. And I also want to say that, there's a a concept, that some people believe, if they're on a fixed income or, if they have X amount of dollars and they don't need to give to anybody because, they need to continue to work on building themselves. And, I feel like there's, and then also, in the sharing space of whether it be coaching or mentoring or helping others, like they need to obtain a certain level of mastery or proficiency before they're able to share with others. And there's levels of truth to that, but I do feel like, just like, I don't feel like there's a certain amount of money that somebody needs to have before they can give and share with others, as long as they're being responsible with their resources and taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of. And just like, I feel like people can learn from anyone. So if there are certain things in their life that are not perfect, but they're really good at some things, or they've learned some really good lessons, or they just have a desire to help others and share what they've learned, there's nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to say that as well, because a lot of times people make you feel like, or people try, because this is the mind game, like whose mind can I control and whose soul can I control? Not me. I'm not into that. I think people should be free, but there's just these spirits, and mental energies, that a lot of people entertain, where they want to control other people's thoughts and souls and stuff. So, but, in the game of who can I control, they want to control people's minds and spirits. They can be anybody, friends, family members, religious spirits, and it just seems like that's why everybody is here on the planet, to stay liberated and free within their mind and soul and do what makes the most sense to them, no matter what anyone else is saying. And also, of course, do right, create health and happiness in others' lives and not, destruction. And literally the battle for the soul, the battle for the mind, like people having, being completely free and liberated in their mind and in their soul. I mean, I just think that, those are just the greatest gifts in the reality. To see someone lose their mind, to see someone suffer in the mind paradigm, to see someone suffer in their mind and in their reality. I think that there might be a misconception there, because when I say in their mind, I didn't want to use the word mental because I'm getting burnt out on that. But the reason why I said in their mind is because I'm just talking about the mind. I'm not talking about like it only exists in their mind, just for clarification. So seeing people or seeing someone that you love struggle with how their mind is able to adapt and transcend what has happened to them is, just creates a very, critical understanding of how important it is for people to be protected, as well as how important it is to have your mind where you are, completely free from anything having anything outside of self. So I think that's what I wanted to say in this video. I wanted to keep the video short, and if you have tuned into my channel before and you were like, where is Waldo or where is Wa? I definitely was having a Humpty Dumpty moment. Like, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and then get put all back together again. I think that, loss and trauma and suffering is like that. The person putting together the pieces of themselves again. And at first I was like, why the fuck did this happen to us? Like, why? Everything was going good. I was doing everything that I was supposed to be doing. But one of the things that I've realized from looking at the shows is that in the battles, for the mind and the soul, people can incur tremendous loss and obstacles and challenges and suffering. And, it's just a part of life in some cases for some of the greatest people. So that's something to keep in mind, for anyone out there in the universe going through challenges or dealing with people going through challenges. But if you're helping somebody go through a challenge, and, especially if it's a loved one, then, it becomes, it's a shared challenge, it's a shared trauma, it's a shared grief. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. And I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope that this information is beneficial to some people out there. And if you feel called to, then please comment, like, subscribe, or share the video, because it might help someone. and it will definitely assist me as well. And I am going to close out this video now, and I'm wishing everyone lots and lots of self-respect and self-love and elevation and mastery of their mind and their soul. And I think that when people have mastery of their mind and soul, I think there's different levels to it. But of course, if anybody is out there killing people or molesting people or raping people or doing anything that is like just traumatically harmful to others, then they're obviously, not, utilizing their mind and their soul in a proper manner as far as I'm concerned, like the way that I see things. I know that there's some people that believe that evil people are serving their purpose, and they serve their purpose, because it's some balance. I had somebody tell me some stuff like that before, but sometimes I don't even want to expand on some of the things that, spiritual people think, because it's not an original thought of my own. And I don't want to force myself to resonate with something just because it's popular or because it makes sense to people. It's important to ask yourself, does this make sense to me? And if it doesn't, then ask yourself what makes sense and go from there. We don't have to be sheeple. I think that's some of the oldest witchcraft on the planet. It's just getting people to believe in stuff. you know. And yeah, that's basically what I have to say here. I really am gonna go now, and I'm wishing everybody lots of liberation in their mind and in their soul and in their body. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace.